What's up, Yoon-Fam? It is I,
Mark Yoon.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is I, Mark Yoon. Today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So I want to thank you guys again for supporting the channel as you've been for my re-emergence of coming back after moving. It's been a stressful time, and you guys on the Discord and the rest of the Yoon-Fam have made it a really easy transition. I didn't lose too many subscribers. I actually, in fact, increased in subscribers, which is amazing. So I guess maybe it has to do with that 500 video long backlog of videos that at least I have still on the channel. But I want to just say thank you guys. Another thing that I wanted to actually mention is a little addendum to yesterday's video. So when I was on there with Ragaroth and also KittyMeowser Gaming video, she actually mentioned this, and I wanted to cover it here too, so you know as well. For the contest, even though we're giving out PSN cards, we said, and we may increase that to $10 increments instead of 5 for the bottom tier. It might just be 10 for all 3 prizes. And we were talking about playing with you guys together on PlayStation. Those of you who are primarily on Xbox, when we say that, it's because my primary console is PlayStation 5 currently. The same goes with Ragaroth, but KittyMeowser is in fact on a Series X. So this is a very good point that she brought up and was raised to her. When you are submitting your things, if you do win and you are on Series X, you will still get the same prizes, but they will be in the form of Xbox currency, wherever that is. I forget. The last Xbox I have a 360, but I skipped the whole last 2 generations. But if you want that currency for Xbox instead, like, we can totally do that as well. And we also can still play with you in form of KittyMeowser, so you can be added by her, and then you guys will play with her, and then Ragaroth and I will maybe start like a Discord chat where all of us can all talk together while you're playing. That would be me, Ragaroth, Kitty, and the winners. So just to let you know, we didn't forget about you guys. We can try to figure something else out for PC, because I think none of us really have it on PC, but we can try to figure something out when it comes to that as well. Maybe we can do a stream together, or even do it in a We'll figure something fun out for PC players. So just don't lose hope out there for you guys that are not on PlayStation. We didn't forget about you. All right, now in today's video, I wanted to discuss a couple of things. I didn't want to take too much time because we do have a 2-parter that's coming out about like dealing with the fact that we may not be getting Season 3 for DLC for SoulCalibur 6, like maybe mitigating expectations, things of that nature. So I hope you look forward to those 2 videos for Thursday and Friday, I believe they're going to be, and maybe, I don't remember, it might be Wednesday and Thursday. I film all these like at once, so I don't exactly remember which days those are going to go out on, but look forward to that being the next video. It's going to be a 2-parter because I don't want to force you guys to watch like a 17 or 20 minute video, however long it is. I'll break it up into 2 parts. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is I wanted to go over a few things that I really liked about SoulCalibur 6 and that I thought were like really different from the past and really grabbed me, because I've had really low expectations going into this game. In fact, if you go back all the way to when the game first came out, my review of the game was pretty scathing in comparison. I was pretty upset at the time with the lack of content, the way character creation was being so abruptly held back by limitations that were artificially imposed on the system itself that 5 was not constrained by. There's a ton of different reasons and a myriad of situations in which I found myself just being completely upset that I spent like $100 on the game when it came out. Now we are here like 3 years later, and I have to say that like my ideas of the games and modes have quite changed a lot. It's not a perfect game by any means, but I would say it's in like maybe my top 3. Those of you that know me know what those are. It would probably be Soul Edge is number 1, SoulCalibur 3 is number 2, and then and I can even flip-flop back and forth between like what kind of a mood I am in. Like, those are completely interchangeable. I kind of like them both equally for different reasons. And SoulCalibur 6, maybe the next one. Like, it's hard to say between 6 and 2. I want to go with 6 because 6 just has more content. I know that Libra of Souls isn't everybody's favorite cup of tea. It, in fact, definitely was not mine when it first came out. KittyMeowser Gaming and I did a video collaboration about Libra of Souls and its problems in the past, and we had a lot of problems with that mode. But after kind of like taking a step back and trying to appreciate it for what it was they were trying to do and not what we were expecting them to do, because most of us were expecting a Chronicles of the Sword type mode via SoulCalibur 3. I think what we got, it's not perfect, but it is enjoyable in some aspects. Now, all the problems with it that people have, I completely see. When people are like, it's boring, it's bland, they don't like reading walls of text, the traveling system is stupid, why does it cost money? A lot of that stuff I can completely agree with still to this day. I'm not going to stand that mode just because like my opinions of it have slightly like matured. But other people like Matt on my channel, SolarFly95, he really opened my eyes up to the possibilities of enjoyment from that mode itself, like kind of building your own headcanon of like this great battle between a character that you create and like having other things that are either not going to become super canon or possibly just like be relegated to mentions such as The Witcher. Like a lot of the fun stuff that was in there, I agree there should have been more cinematics. I agree that there should have been more entertainment value in that package. We do have to keep in mind the budget, and I'm not just like speaking directly for the company and forgetting about the consumer base. It's just that like this game kind of almost didn't happen, and like I don't even know if most of us expected it to happen after 5, right? So there's that aspect of it, but I kind of like just sitting back and going through the motions of like pretending that my character is like the main character in SoulCalibur. It really actually brought back a sense of Chronicles of the Sword, if that makes any sense. And trust me, I love Chronicles of the Sword, and the traveling even got to be a little annoying at first until you figure out that you can fast travel and you don't actually have to go on those like new journeys. That's only if like you want to have like the pop-up battles in between like where you're going to possibly increase your weapon stats by gaining levels that you can purchase new weapons when your character levels up within the system. And that's actually another reason why a lot of people said, well, I wish you could just import a character from Creator Soul, but they wanted you to start with a brand new character because like the stats and stuff. It's like the only RPG kind of aspect of the game. But I really enjoyed the endless battles. Like when I say endless battles, so these portals open up, right? And whenever you enter these portals, it's kind of similar to what happened in SoulCalibur 5 with the endless card battle mode. You go up against real created characters from all around the world, or just like people's created characters, and you fight against them. Now they're controlled by AI. They're not actually the people utilizing their own characters, because nobody's waiting in a lobby to be chosen for battle. But it's still fun to see everyone's characters and the creativity that they have and go up against, or the silliness or the sheer fun factor, and that really brings me into that mode a little bit more and helps immerse me. Plus there's so much lore and content in that mode. Like, I know you don't want to read, which is why on Thursdays I do my lore videos that you don't have to. You can just like read them along with me. There's so much lore jam-packed in there, and like you can't even unlock a ton of the library without playing through Libra of Souls. And there's two different variations of it. There's the good side and there's the bad side, right? Each with a distinct different ending, albeit not as different as I would have liked, but it's still something, right? I do like the fact that you have all these new weapons, and like they all have their own stats, and different stages come with different dangers, such as Slippery Stage and all that kind of tower stuff that we missed from SoulCalibur 4 and so forth. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to it. I think my favorite part, and this is a spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to be spoiled on the ending of Libra of Souls. When you max out a weapon, Edgemaster warns you of these ancient beings that are masters of that weapon, and there are much harder versions from any other AI in the game, like, and they are super hard to beat, like even if you've maxed out your weapon stats, your weapon style stats, I should say. And then even so forth, there's hidden bosses, like I believe you fight Inferno 3 times throughout the course of that story. He's a hidden boss in there. And there's conditions and things of that nature. I just think all that stuff's fun. Now, getting there is a bit of a jog if you don't feel like reading through all the lore. And on top of that, then we have, like, characters, if you're replaying the game with a different character, then, like, you have to slog through all that again. Then that's definitely, like, less replay value. You could just skip through that and just get to the fights. But, There's also characters that show up from past games that I've mentioned. I know Miser's in there, which was like a bonus character from like SoulCalibur 3. Arthur shows up, which is like the blonde-haired alternate version of Mitsurugi. Like there's some fun to be had there. Like I wish there was more references and throwbacks. Like it would be nice if Abela showed up, or Jiggerdot, or any of those characters. It would have been fun for even the SoulCalibur 4 bonus characters to show up. I know why they can't, but everyone knows I'm a big Shura stan, so it'd be totally poggers if she was back in the game, but obviously we're not going to really get there. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot to love about it. And then, not to harp too much on Libra of Souls mode, but the rest of the game has got me too. I mean, like, the creation system definitely has its flaws, and I definitely do not think it's nowhere near as good as 5. And in fact, paying for a lot of parts coming back that are from 5 is kind of frustrating. And getting over that hurdle of limitation of certain pieces of clothing or items or things of that nature being locked behind different races and genders, I really don't like that. It's something I really hope they look back on and change for SoulCalibur 7. But when you get past that, it's still a decent character creator with some new bonuses and benefits that 5 didn't have. It's got a nice polish on it, and I don't really want to say it looks the best unless you have like an actual 4K TV and you're playing on like a PC or a next-gen console. With that upscales it with HDR capabilities. But beyond that, there are other things about the game that I like. Like, I do like the fact that I like The Witcher a lot. So that's one thing that actually makes me happy. The game made me go back and play The Witcher 3 because I owned The Witcher 3, but I never got past like the Griffin and like the first level. Spoilers. But there's a lot to the game that I like, and making this video makes me realize there's a lot about the game that I still don't like. So, I know this video is basically about, maybe we'll title it my changes of ideas based on like things that have happened in the game or whatever. I love the roster. There's a huge, robust character roster if you're including the 2 seasons of DLC. Hwang Sung-kyung makes a return. Setsuka's her new version is amazing. I wasn't too thrilled that certain characters were relegated to DLC, such as like Cassandra and Amy. But I mean, beyond that, it's a pretty robust roster with a lot of weapon styles and a lot of fun to be had there. We are still missing some key classic characters and definitely some legacy characters in the form of Lizardman / Aeon or Rock and Yoon Song. No, Yoon Song's not a legacy character. He didn't come until like 3, I think. But he's a classic character. Li Long, people are still waiting for. There's a ton there, right? But what we have is pretty sufficient for our first part of a reboot of a series, pretty much. And I'm looking forward to SoulCalibur 7 greatly. So let me know in the comment section down below how have your ideas of this game changed in the 3 years that it's been out, seemingly now that it's coming to the horizon of its life cycle. Are you super happy with the roster? Like, how did you feel about the different game modes? I know there's a lot that I did not cover and I didn't talk about, but I don't want to make you guys slog through a 20-minute video of opinion. So with that being said, we're going to end the video here. I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. And there's also a link in the description of for my Discord, where you can definitely talk to me. Even on those times like where I was moving within a month, I still talk to people in Discord every day. So that's probably the best place to get a hold of me. But I do answer most comments, unless they're just ridiculous. So with that being said, we're definitely going to bring this video to a close right now. I will catch you guys in the next video. And as always, I love it. Thank you. And thank you.